So, since the last episode ended, I have been fighting this Shuckle for about 15 minutes.
Yep.
Here's where we're at. This Shuckle knows Rest, Sleep Talk, Toxic, and Double Team.
Yep.
So it's double teamed enough at this point where it's really hard to hit it in the first place. Then he keeps toxicking my Pokemon. The problem is, Jimmy Neutron has Refresh. At this point, though, I've exhausted through most of my attacks because it's hard to hit in the first place because of double team. But I've had to just stall it out until finally its only move left now is double team.
Yep.
At least that's all it's done for the last 2 rounds, even though it has maximum evasiveness. So let's finally finish this thing off. Go away, stupid fucker.
He even flipped off the Shuckle.
I did
It was
flip off the
hilarious.
Shuckle. I flip off games when I'm mad.
It's really great to watch. And you know, that's like the only time I ever really see you like seriously pissed off.
Well, I'm not going to get
This
seriously
game.
pissed off at another real person.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, you do get mad at things, but you have so much like self-control with everything except for games, and it's great.
Is that true? Well, even with games, I don't lose control that much.
Oh, no, you
like,
have a lot of
ever.
self-control with that too. I mean, you have a lot of self-control. It's just, the only time you ever let loose is really with games.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like how I let loose after a stressful day at work and there's some like stupid person jaywalking with their little toddler.
Well, I don't want to talk about that
Okay,
even.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's pretty much scariest vehicle incident I've ever been in, where it's like people in our hometown don't use crosswalks. It's something not in our hometown.
Not
in
our hometown.
our current town. People in our current town don't use crosswalks. They just don't.
It's so
and
common.
I've got to get used to it because today I'm making a left turn over a busy 2-way intersection. Finally, I find an opening in the vehicles. As soon as I turn,
It wasn't even an intersection, it was just a straight road.
Okay. As soon as I make the turn, there's a man walking across the street with a toddler in a stroller, and I'm like, oh shit! I was about to say I didn't stop in time. I didn't stop because at the speed I was going, it's like, okay, I'll pass him before he reaches me. It'd be more dangerous for me to suddenly stop in the middle of this intersection. So I just kept going, and yeah, I did at the speed I was going pass by him.
I think it's not an intersection.
Okay, it's not an
It was
intersection.
If it was an intersection, that person would have had the right of way because it would
Well,
be
I mean,
crosswalk.
it wasn't a 4-way intersection. It was still a 2-way intersection.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. Is that it's still over multiple lanes of traffic.
Okay.
Do I want smog? No.
Anyways.
Yeah, it just wasn't a 4-way intersection or a 3-way intersection. It was a 2-way intersection.
Okay.
Right? It wasn't a 1-way road.
Yeah.
But I was right. I made the right judgment call. That's like, okay, at the speed I am, it's actually going to be safer for me to continue on my path. But he flipped me off.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't mad. I really wasn't, because I was like, okay, if I was a person whose daughter almost just got hit by a car, I'd probably...
Even though I was totally breaking the law
I wouldn't flip
going
them off.
across a busy street.
I'd be angry. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know what else I could have done at that point. I could have slammed on my brakes and
get someone like in trouble for a fender bender
and gotten hit in the back by a car. I could have done that, but what I did got nobody hurt or injured, so I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't get why jaywalking's so common in this part of the state or
I don't
whatever.
know.
It's
I
really
don't get it.
stupid.
I just don't get it.
It's just,
I don't understand.
it makes no sense, and it's so dangerous.
It's so
and
common. We commonly, I don't know about commonly. I don't know even about it regularly.
We see it like twice a day.
It's not surprising. No, this is what I was saying. It's not surprising for us to get a news story about someone who died crossing the street.
Yeah.
Because they didn't find a crosswalk. And then
And
people
once-
just accept it. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, another person died crossing the street. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, here's what's even worse. The drivers in this town don't give any fucks.
They really
They're
don't.
really reckless drivers.
The-
Like, they're just like, whatever.
Our
and just keep
apartment
going.
overlooks the street that's 30 miles per hour. A lot of times you will hear vehicles in my recordings. That's people going like 50 or 60 there.
Or like people, like when people are waiting for me to cross a crosswalk like they should, they get honked at by people behind them because they're not turning into me.
Oh, that's happened to me so many times. I've
Yeah,
gotten honked at so many times waiting for someone to cross
It's
the
like,
street.
no, I'm legally waiting for someone who's legally doing the right thing. They deserve to be waited on.
Oh, and I mentioned this just recently. I'm a teacher. One time, I was driving in a school zone 20 miles per hour. I was being tailgated and honked at by a semi-truck.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I turned into my school, while we're still in the school zone, he blasts off at like 40 miles per hour, a semi-truck driver in the school zone. Where is that shit okay?
Obviously, I don't understand it at all. I don't understand, like, do people not enforce this stuff?
They don't.
It's so
They don't
stupid.
enforce it here.
Because, like,
Not at all.
At our college, police would enforce that stuff. I've had friends who got ticketed for jaywalking, which police are legally allowed to do and probably should do.
It doesn't happen here. It just doesn't happen.
It's so weird and it's so annoying and it's frustrating when locals act like you're the weird one for doing what's legal and what's right and what's good for your safety. I was teased by bus drivers because I would actually walk down to the crosswalk to cross the street. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I cannot afford to have broken ribs. Thank you very much.
Right. I mean, I've just come to accept that, okay, that's how our town is, so I'm not going to give a shit. If someone's honking at me, fuck you. Someone's crossing the street, fuck you.
I'm doing the legal thing. I don't want to hurt people, and I don't want to get hurt, so fuck off. I don't know if it's just stupidity, or it's just,
Maybe it's Maybelline.
people not caring. I think it's more just people not caring.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
disgusting
know.
to see something like that.
I don't know. But the thing is, it's such a regular thing here, I think, because most people here are locals. They born and raised here. I think it's just a cultural thing at this point. You know what I mean? They grew up with that. You just cross the road when you feel like crossing the road without thinking about it. That's just how they've grown up. So I really try not to blame them. It's difficult to deal with.
It is, because we were taught differently. It just, I don't know. It always just felt like a common sense thing.
I thought so.
Not to jaywalk. Simply not because it's illegal, but because of your safety. Because you can't trust other drivers. You can't trust other people to do the right thing.
From a logical standpoint, I would not be trying to run across a two-way road with a stroller with my 2-year-old daughter in it. I just wouldn't do that because it sounds dangerous.
It sounds like, well, it's kind of almost like child endangerment too. Like, that should be illegal to some extent, because you're putting the life of someone who can't make that decision.
Right. Now, like I said, on the flip side, though, in this particular case that happened today, I feel like I can't be too angry because A, I'm pretty used to this by now, and B, I did almost hit a 2-year-old kid with my car. So it's like, well, to be fair, I almost did this awful thing, even if it's not entirely my fault.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't have a lot of sympathy for the parent. And that's just how I am.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not like, oh, he flipped me off. I feel so bad. I'm like, that guy was kind of a jerk.
You kind of gotta be a jerk if you're gonna put your child in that kind of situation.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
Sorry, that's really judgmental of me, but I'm really protective of children. Like, and it's not because I'm a woman, it's because I grew up with a family where it's like, you don't hurt children, people who hurt children are scum. That kind of attitude. Where there's no sympathy for anybody who ever hurts a child.
But see, I don't know it from his viewpoint. Maybe he thought the road was clear. I don't know. I did kind of turn out of a business.
But it wasn't even that far away. He would have seen you.
And he was in the middle of the intersection. Like he was in the median section.
Yeah.
He could have stopped for me. He didn't.
Anyways, it was such a stupid situation.
But like I said, once again, the other aspect of this, which is why it really is not bothering me that badly, it all happened in like a matter of less than 2 seconds. It was quick, nothing bad happened, it was over. So it was just like, oh, well, that happened.
Just lots of quick situations. situations. I think the reason why I'm so riled up is because I had a bad day today too at work.
Oh yeah, well it was right after I picked you up from work from your bad day at work.
Yeah.
And yes, you got more upset by it, but than I did.
Oh,
you were livid, and I was just kind of like, oh, that happened.
Yeah. No, I think normally I would have been pissed off, but I wouldn't have been that pissed off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have I would have felt the way I reacted, in that situation, but I would never react that way if it wasn't for the bad day at work.
Right.
Which I haven't had a lot of those recently, and I think it's kind of nice that I haven't, considering how stressful my job's been getting. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just I'm being trained and learning new things, and it's a lot to take in and keep track of. It's very mentally taxing.
Oh, my leg's starting to get sore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We haven't recorded a ton of episodes this sit down yet, but I've had to run around so many places. There's so much running around in this game that it's still it's taken a while. Because tacked on, we've pretty much I've done an episode's length of walking around.
Pretty much.
Outside of the actual episodes.
And then you did an episode length of just battling that Shuckle.
That's true too. I could have made an entire episode out of fighting that Shuckle.
Except it would have been boring.
Oh no, yeah, there's no way I would have made an episode about it. Coming from the guy who made an episode about grinding for a weapon, and a guy who made an episode about doing pull-ups with James Vega.
But you
but I label those episodes as such. I guess I could have had bonus Pokemon XD episode, pull-ups.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I meant to say Shuckle, not pull-ups. What the fuck am I talking about?
I think you're getting a little tired.
But it's only 8:20.
I know. That's fine.
All right.
Going by
Did I catch the Venomoth? I don't remember if I caught the Venomoth or if I just destroyed it. Shit. I'll have to watch the video later because I don't remember.
Oh no.
Oh god, I hope I didn't just destroy it. I honestly can't remember at all. This is the kind of thing where, I would make fun of other Let's Players for doing, and then I start doing it myself.
See, that's usually why it's you shouldn't make fun of someone, in a snap judgment type of way, but because you wouldn't realize, that you could be you also could be capable of that, you know?
And that's the exact reason I don't want to be that judgmental of that dad whose kid I almost hit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like from his standpoint.
Yeah, I mean...
I know from my standpoint, I feel like I made the best decisions, and I think the proof is that nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
So, I'm honestly, out of all the things that could have happened, I'm okay that what happened.
Yeah, and I shouldn't have been so judgmental either, because, once again, you don't know how well you would have been in that situation or anything like that.
Yeah. If I had done anything differently in that scenario, things may not have gone as well. And maybe that's the same for him on his end, too.
Yeah. I mean, normally I'm not that judgmental. It's just...
You were just starting to rant to me about how bad your day was at work.
Yeah, I think it was a mix of that and then just my, a child being in danger is a trigger point for me, so...
Right.
I'm really sensitive when it comes to children.
Well, and I'm an elementary school teacher, so...
So, yeah, of course you would be, too. It's kind of a part of the job.
Right.
And you also have much younger siblings, so you're kind of around children.
That's true. It's true. Always. Yeah, my oldest students are the same age as my youngest brother. Mm-hmm. It's funny to think about.
And so you kind of have that, sort of paternal type instinct already active in you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess it'd be paternal, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's the closest thing that it would be. I mean, you got the brotherly thing going on, but I mean, your brothers are so young that it's kind of a mix of that.
Right.
And then you're a teacher, so, you kind of have to be protective of kids.
I really hope I caught that Venomoth and didn't just blast it into oblivion. I don't remember. I feel like I caught it, but I also feel like it abruptly ended. So I'm not sure. I can usually autopilot this, but not always.
Usually autopilot's not the best way to go about most stuff.
Like, you have to but it's hard if I want to consciously think about this and talk to you at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
I have to slightly focus on one or the other.
Because that's
So
I mean, that's
I'll
just how
either
your brain works.
right, I'll either have good conversations with you and just click buttons on the controller, or I'll play the game and go, yeah, oh, you know, like that.
Yeah. Maybe
Which is what happened a few episodes ago.
Yeah, maybe that's why like a lot of like Let's Players tend to screw up a lot because they're actually
I'm positive of that.
concentrating on like conversations they're having with like the people they're doing their Let's Plays with.
Being a Let's Player myself, I am positive that is the case. And you see a Let's Player sucking, they're really not that bad at the game. It's that they're trying to talk at the same time. And I realized that from my first Let's Play. I started with Punch-Out. Punch-Out requires so much focus. Most of my like, except for the parts where I didn't really have to. Oh, I got a new TM. The parts where I really didn't have to think, like where they're the cutscenes and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't say anything that was sensical. I was just gonna like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I got Iron Tail. Who can I teach it to? It'd probably be pretty good for. Oh my god, I have so many Pokemon that can learn Iron Tail. I don't know, Toaster and Ridley both sound pretty good. Well, let's see, what's it even good against? Steel's good against rock and ice. So that would help Toaster fight rock Pokemon. It'd also help Ridley fight rock Pokemon and ice Pokemon. I think it's going to be the best asset on Ridley, but I don't know if he has a slot I want to give up for it. Let's find out. Dig still works against rock Pokemon. I honestly, I kind of like his moveset. I know it's not super powerful, but I need a Pokemon that's going to help me catch other Pokemon, you know? Mm-hmm. And Toaster, I don't think I've been keeping Sand Attack just in case I want it for the versatility. And maybe I do. Maybe I don't really need Iron Tail that badly. There's still, honestly, Steel moves aren't that great of an asset yet because Fairy types don't exist yet. So I'm going to cut you off and meet you guys back where we were on Cinedark Isle, finally. See you then.